Mike here with the Elevator Consultants. Looking at the next group of elevators, looking at a duplex here that's going to be modernized. We're on site here to figure out what we have, what we can do to replace things, retain or refurbish items. So this is the only machine room here at the building. We got cars 1 and 2, which are also labeled north and south. So right off the bat, we've got some differences here, and we'll walk through these. Obviously, we can go through all this equipment, figure out what's needed, and our goal is to get everything on the same life cycle. So that's really the goal today, figure out what we have, what we can reuse, refurbish, retain. We'll go through it. So 2 passenger elevators. These are actually pretty small cars. They have 1,200 pound capacities. To give you some reference, most elevators out there, passenger cars, are 2,500. I would say more common is 3,500. But anyhow, we'll start with this controller cabinet. This one's already open. This is from a company called ATEL. This was installed in 2007, I believe. So if we have any elevator gurus out there, if you know anything about ATEL, go ahead and throw it down in the comments. We could say we've got a Yaskawa F7 drive installed on this. Obviously, this control system is going to be replaced. Once we replace the control system, that is what is going to trigger a modernization. Everything has got to be brought up to code. So that's going to be obviously elevators. We're also looking at electrical, firefighter service, fire life safety, and any kind of hoistway patching, along with items like machine room doors. It looks like this one was recently replaced. We're going to take a look and see if it has a UL rating on it to make sure it's fire rated. But there's also other equipment back here in the machine room. If you've seen our other videos, we've made mention about water tanks and storage tanks. Obviously not elevator related. We're going to have to do something about this. So likely it's got to be removed. But it might still be active with the building. We don't know yet. Or we're going to have to box this off and really make a separate area for that. So we'll take a look. But anyhow, so this is what we have for controllers. Machines, obviously massive difference between them. So this is the original Westinghouse 27 machine. We'll get a closer look at this. You can see the amount of lubrication that's on the outside cables. We're likely fighting some deterioration on the cables, or that's just from the leaking machine. That's just how these things run. To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen a Westinghouse gear machine that has not leaked oil. I would almost argue if it's not leaking oil, it probably doesn't have any oil left in it. Original machine, these are more on the small side. Typically you don't see Westinghouse 27s. More common you see Westinghouse 28s. You can see down here on the type tag. So this machine's got plenty of use on it, plenty of age on it. This is going to be replaced during the modernization. And our machine over here on the number 1 car, this machine is brand new. This was just replaced here 2025, 2026. Brand new set of traction cables. We're going to be able to have a chance to see it run. Then up here, this is actually a good chance to show the difference between the braking systems. And this is actually in that one right now. So right now, this is set up like most brand new cars. You've got a rotor, which is going to be, it's got this metal part here. And then, if you look in between, you've got brake pads on either side. You can see the gap between it. When the elevator is going to come to a stop, and it's level at the landing, those pads are going to squeeze down onto the rotor and hold the elevator in place. There it goes. So that's a much newer style type of brake system. And over here, we'll take a look. We actually have a drum brake, which is also similar to what some of the older vehicles had used. That it really went on to drum brakes on the rear of the car, and now you typically see 4-wheel disc. But what you're going to see here You've got our drum, which is going to be our angle part here, and you see the brake shoe, which is really holding the elevator up right now. So we're stopped at the landing. The actual drum, I think I misspoke before, is going to be our center part here, and that's what our brake shoe, which is going to be this guy here, is making contact with the drum. That's just a different braking style system. So Westinghouse used that pretty extensively with their machines. You can see the amount of oil on this. It's literally just kind of how they run. So we got our original governor here. Looks like we got some kind of radiator system back here. So that's what we got on machines. That's what we have on controllers. And then obviously we got some non-elevator related work to take care of back here. If we take a peek outside the door, we'll take a look at our staircase, which may be okay. Actually looking on the door frame for anything that's UL rated. Not seeing any tags. Hopefully we can end up reusing this. Our door closer is brand new. It hasn't been installed all the way. So right now the wind is closing the door. But for the machine install, you could see where they had, the service provider had cut the railing. And then they reattached it with conduit couplings. Out here in the city. So that's what we have. So we're going to continue this down to the hoistways. We're going to take a look at car equipment, hoistway equipment, especially on the door operator side, the hoistway door equipment side. We're also going to give a strong look at fixtures. We definitely want vandal resistant fixtures out here. Just more robust material, more robust equipment that can handle some more abuse than just your typical plastic style stuff that's out there in the market. We'll take a look at the pit equipment, counterweights, and anything else in between, anything unusual in the hoistway. Hopefully we don't have any of this piping coming down through the hoistway, so we're going to take a look at all that. Thing I didn't mention before, on this elevator, when the machine was installed, the original governor was retained. This was more a push to get this elevator back into service just based on the amount of wear that was on the original Westinghouse machine. So that's about it. That's all we have up here. If I can, we'll get some stuff done in the hoistway and show you what we're taking a look at down there, and we'll move forward from there. All right, brake set. Doors are open. This is going to be relatively far away, so we're not going to open this all the way. Looks to be possibly GAL, no DL for a door operator. Original roller guide assemblies. There are traction cables into a hitch plate. See our door closer here. We're actually going to try and call the other elevator up, and hopefully that goes to 4.6. Because I do want to measure the overhead. It is possible if we can increase the speed on this, it would be desirable. Just to give you some insight, if the hoistway space allows for it, which means overhead, we're going to send this one away. We'll try and capture the other car. So our overhead is considered, we got a few calls, make sure we get the other one. It's going to be from the top landing dorsal, which is here, to the first obstruction in the overhead inside the hoistway, which will be up there. So we're going to want to measure that. So that's one determining factor for speed. The other will be pit depth. So we'll do the same thing from the bottom landing. We'll measure from the bottom landing door sill here to the pit floor, and we'll see what our depth is. If we have the speed and we have the ability to increase the speed of the cars at 7 floors, it's desirable. If you're going to mod, now's the time to do it. Our cab interior. certain that's going to take our call, but anyhow, that's what we consider vandal resistant. And those are considered car lanterns. Okay, apparently floor 6 does not work. There's a way around that. We can go down to floor 5. We can figure out our floor-to-floor height and then measure up from there. Not ideal, but we can do it that way. These are considered applied panels. They just sit on your return, which is going to be behind here. They do make different style panels, which are considered swing panels, where this entire return here will swing outward. It makes it easier for the mechanics to work on it. Here's floor 5. Send this down to 4. Still leveling. Brakes set. Doors are closed. Or, I'm sorry, doors are opening. Much safer for us to take a look at here. So we'll turn our stop switch on. We'll turn the light on. Hopefully it doesn't blind us too much. So we have a real good look at our roller guide assemblies here. It should not. Maybe it's hidden. No, it is hidden. I'm trying to see the roller on the back. It's there. Rollers. Obviously all this stuff on the car top is going to get cleaned up. Here's our brand new cables and shackles. Here's one of our door closers. Looks like we just have these things. Sometimes they put spirators on in addition. Brand new pickup assembly rollers. Different tracks and hangers. So we'll get this documented pretty good. And then we do want to take a look at the counterweight as it comes by. But as long as this car is here, we'll take a peek at it. Everything's identical. There's our overhead. So we'll get some measurements here. If we can increase speed, we can maybe make an alternate for this bid.